Hi guys, this is your Year of Joy weekly challenge. This was kind of inspired by a fantastic, amazing, magical friend, Kristen, who was kind of reviewing how far she had come in her health goals and strength goals. And it made me think, how would the me of 5 years ago reflect upon who I've become today? And I was like, oh my God, that's genius. We're using that for the challenge. I'm stealing this, we're using it. So your challenge for this week is to really think about how far you've come. And to think about what the you in that point in time would consider about the you now. Obviously, every one of us has changed. Our circumstances may have changed. Our jobs may have changed. Our families may have changed. Our lives may have completely and drastically and totally changed. And I think that's why this is a really, really cool opportunity to reflect upon all of that. So I want you to think about 5 and 10 years. If you have other vantage points where life changes have happened, you're welcome to include those as well. So for me, this is 2018. So in 2013, I had just had Dean. I was in a very bad spot because it took me a year to heal from that. And so that me would probably look at future me and be probably scared by the prospect that my son, who has now been diagnosed and has been through years of ABA therapy and other infant and toddler therapies and occupational therapy. Like, there's been a lot of stuff that he's been involved in from a young age. She probably would look at me and be proud and feel strengthened and hopefully really admire how I had to evolve as a new mom, not having any experience at all, and in really fighting through postpartum, the healing of my body, the fact that my body had changed, the fact that I was really sick during that point in time, even in 2013. See, I had Dean in November, so yeah, I was really just healing up at this point. I wasn't working full-time, I was working part-time. Investigator, still awesome. I loved that job. I still would love to have that job, but they really needed somebody full-time. And so I stepped down from that after I had Audrey. What else? A lot has changed. I would probably be a lot happier that I left my ex, because we had a very one-sided relationship far before our son was born. So I know that 5 years ago me would absolutely love the now me. Now 10 years ago, I was a completely and totally different person. So in 2008, I had finally graduated from college. I had given up my management position in a retail store that was my goal and my dream. I did it, and then I was like, I don't want to do this. So I went back to school full-time and graduated, all sorts of honors. I had enough credits because I'd been going part-time for a long time to actually earn 2 degrees, but they didn't all check off all the boxes for 2 degrees, so I ended up with 1 and a whole bunch of real-world knowledge. I was dating a fellow college senior from a different college. We were very serious, long-term committed relationship. I was dreaming about marriage because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. So that me, looking at now me, would probably be very confused and be like, wait, we were only going to get married because we thought we were never going to get divorced. So why did we get married, have 2 kids, and then get divorced? That was completely beyond the perspective and the goal of what the marriage was supposed to be about. So yeah, I've been through a lot in the past 10 years. My life has absolutely, completely changed. I'm glad for all of the experiences of the past 10 years, but the 2008 me would certainly latch on to that relationship idea, because I was being very much pressured to find a partner because that's what you do. So just something to think about. You know, what box are you are you feeling pulled or pushed into a box? What perspectives have changed? The idea of kids. I didn't really want kids. I considered having kids. I knew I was going to, psychically, I knew I was going to have kids since I was like 12, you know? But I didn't want kids. Didn't want them. No, I wanted to live life. I wanted to travel. You know, 5 years ago, me was hoping to go back to being a medium in Lilydale and figuring out how I could do that full time, you know? I considered moving there for a summer. Things changed because of my relationship, and I really wish I hadn't done that, but we can't go back in time. So yeah, the difference in my life vastly differs from 5 and 10 years. I think 2008 me would kind of smack her head and be like, oh God, what did I do? And then 5 years ago me would be like, yeah, you're awesome. So, you know, it's a balance. It's a balance. So think about what you've accomplished in the past 10 years, past 5 years. Think about how your experiences have changed you as a person, how you've evolved spiritually, how you've evolved emotionally. How are you more mature? What have you experienced? Have you experienced loss? Have you experienced abundance? What questions did you have, or what goals did you have that you accomplished and now you had to move on to bigger things that you didn't think you could do, but now that you know you can do the little things, you pushed for the big things. So a lot to kind of sit down, and I would certainly even suggest making a list, because we deserve to know and see these things on paper. You know, I graduated college. I started a phenomenal career as an investigator. I earned my mediumship certification. I did all sorts of fantastic training and classes. I co-hosted a radio show with renowned medium Patricia Price. So there's a lot that I have done, and while I certainly don't toot my own horn, maybe we need to. And even if it's not to other people, maybe I probably need to see that. I probably, in my frantic stress, to realize that I'm not just a mom. I probably need to review all the things that I've done as a spiritual person, the things that I've accomplished, the people that I've met, the trips that I've had. There's a lot, and I think this is going to be a really good challenge. So please do this challenge. Pass it on. You know the drill. I will be in touch as often as I can when we have the technology. Other than that, have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll post up all sorts of pictures when I get back. I know we're gonna have a blast. I can't wait to go hiking. All right, I love you guys. Have a wonderful week. Bye.